Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Salt and Light. My name's Kev and I'm building a 47 foot Dudley Dix design catamaran here in Japan. Today's episode we're going to be looking at the stringers. Now I was looking at through some of the footage as I was putting this episode together, and some of it is like 6 months old. Yeah, as you'll know from previous episodes, last year was quite difficult at home and being able to process the videos, and especially for Meg, being able to get the subtitles done. I'm going to start to consolidate some of the videos a little bit and try and get them out a little bit more regularly. I'm still trying to find a good rhythm for me, to be creating content that is both entertaining and also informative, and also enjoyable for me to make as well. So still trying to find that balance and trying to find what's really working best for me, and also a balance between filming and actually building the boat. So yeah, so in this episode we're going to look at the stringers. Some of it, as I said, was filmed last year, and some of it was just filmed in the last week or so. So we're going to combine those together and show you the process I went to in getting the stringers fitted onto the hulls. So hope you enjoy this episode. So before I glue the stringers together in big long lengths, I'm going to pre-cut the stringers here to match the stem, and so that'll be a really nice joint. I'll be able to glue the strings all together, and then that way that joint will be perfect when it comes time to gluing it to the stem. So what I was able to do is I just laid, when the stringer was in place, I laid my rule against the stem and then just made a parallel line, which is this line here. And I've come back to this point here, which is about 7 millimeters, which is the amount required in that top stringer, where that top stringer's got to go into bulkhead A. And so then I'll just cut that line, and that should then fit nicely into the bulkhead. I've got this angle cut now. I'm quite happy with it, and it sits in the bulkhead really nicely and up against the stem nicely. So in theory I should be able to use this one and mark the other three, and they should all be exactly the same. Alright, so I've cut and fitted all of the stringers to the stem. They're just sitting loose at the moment, but I've cut them all and fitted them. So now they're ready to go. I'm just going to start gluing them all together in long lengths. As with lots of things when it comes to boat building, sometimes you just have to be a little bit, use a bit of ingenuity. And so with this stringer up here, it's on quite a twist. I've got to twist it a bit to get it to line up with the stem. And so I noticed my good friend down in Melbourne, when he was building his boat, he used a shifting spanner and a ratchet strap, and that's a good idea. But I'm building both hulls at once, so I'm going to need more than just one shifter. So I've made my own little shifter. So this little piece of timber, I've cut about 6 of them. It's got a hole in the end, so I can attach the ratchet strap, and just neatly fits into the stringer, and that way I can put it on, I can twist it down, I can put the ratchet strap onto it, and then hold it in place while I'm marking it, and also when it comes time to gluing them in place. Well, here we go. This is take 2 of trying to get the stringers up after I snapped the first one this morning. So after it's been repaired now, and yeah, here we go. What I'm doing here is just filing the bulkhead so that the stringer sits at the right angle as it goes forward, and that it creates a nice fair line. So what I'm doing here is, once I've put the stringer into the bulkhead and screwed it in, I'm forcing the resin into the joint itself. As there's a little bit of a gap, because the string is running at a bit of an angle, just making sure that there is no air trapped in the middle. So I force the resin in from one side of the joint and force it through until it oozes out the other side, and that way I know I've got no air gaps or air bubbles trapped inside. Alright, once I've gone through and forced the resin into the joint, I come back and put a fillet into the corners. It's easy to do it now before the side panels go on. And once the fillet is done, that's the joint complete and ready for the side panels to go on. Right, Mr. Sulizaki.
Sulizaki, 何メーター何メーター
何メーター14. Yeah, it was really good. I had Mr. Sulizaki come and give us a hand for a while to help get these stringers in. Also, Meg came by later on in the day and was able to also give us a hand getting the stringers in applying the resin and getting the fillets in. So that was a big help. Here we've got Meg. She's applying the resin into the joints and forcing it in and getting rid of all those air bubbles. And I'm at the front applying resin into the bulkheads and stringers to get them ready to get screwed in. What a team. All right, that's it for this episode. Thanks for joining us. A big shout out to Ross from Life on the Hull. You're a legend, mate. Thanks for mentioning us on your channel. It was absolutely amazing. So thanks for that. And it was really good to catch up with him and have a look at his project. Yeah, great respect for the work that he does on his project. So yeah, thanks, Ross. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next episode.